What is going on, everyone? My name's Boyd and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the top of the map in the blue color, playing as Poseidon. His name is Matreiuss. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Set. His name is Magic. This is a best of 7 at 11:47 in the PM. That means that I'm going to be awake until roughly 3 a.m. if this goes the full distance. So we can hope for that so that my eyes are red and there's blood coming out of my nostrils and everyone's hype about everything here. But this is game number 1. This map is Marsh. It's hosted by Trust and it is a $300 tournament. If you can tell me in the chat who the extra person who donated was, I cannot remember off the top of my head, but I will give them a shout out as well as soon as I see that name in the chat. Game 1 on Marsh. KRT Vision was that person with the extra 100. So we've got a $300 prize pool, 200 to the winner, or 200 and something to the winner and 70 something to the loser. 200, that would be probably, I can't do math, but I guess that would be 225, 75. Close. We've got the Shingles of Steel here. We've got the Blanket of Empress Zoe, which is the negative 5% building crush vulnerability. We've also got the Mithril Horseshoes, extra 10% bonus cavalry movement speed. Really big relic for both players here in this game. And we also have the Titan's Treasure. Not the most impactful of relics apart from that Mithril Horseshoe there, but I do assume that Magic will send his Pharaoh forward to pick this one up and keep it away from Matreiuss at all costs here. And we'll see how this game goes. Matreiuss making the big brain move here on Marsh, moving forward and eating this forward water buffalo. Going to be holding onto his home deer to eat in the safety of his own base when the map gets a little bit less safe in this game. And we'll see what Magic wants to do. Magic's already used his vision god power here. He's gathering water buffalo in the middle of the map. This Catascopus is on the search for that priest. The biggest part about the Poseidon early game here is going to be trying to find the priest to harass that early, but it looks like that already happened in a way and the hyena was there to prevent that one. Unlike the Zeus Set matchup where Zeus can just bolt the priest, and against Poseidon it's kind of easy enough to defend. Now we're going to be seeing Matreiuss running through Magic's base, checking out the gold mine, seeing what Magic's doing. It looks like Magic's got a lot of villagers on gold here, so this might be a delayed classical age. Normally we see the top players going for 4-minute advance times with Set, but because the town centers are pretty average for Magic, I don't know if I'd expect him to even want to go either of these because there's no hunt on either of them. This town center down the back, you might be able to eat these water buffalo. It's going to be a little bit difficult. We see the priest over here getting harassed yet again as the water buffalo's scouting over on the other side. It's going to be a little bit of a pain here. Water buffalo does take 60 seconds to convert, so it's going to be a lot of damage dealt. I mean, the priest should be able to convert before the Catascopus can kill it because this Catascopus is basically doing 10 damage or 1 damage a second or something. So 60 seconds for the buffalo means the priest probably survives somewhat. Maths, right? Yes, maybe. Who knows? But we'll see what Matreiuss is going to do here. I don't feel like cutting off town centers is going to be that important because of how bad the hunt is, but this is Set, and the Set is going up. And we also see Matreiuss matching this perfectly here, both advancing at the same time. Looks like it's probably going to be a 4:30 or 4... Yeah, just after a 4:30 here, it looks like, or just before a 4:30. Both players going for that one there. Only 7 villagers on gold here for Magic. I'm not sure he's going to have the resources to get an early town center, but I'm wrong yet again about that one there. Looks like it's going to be a perfect timing of the gold to come out. Theseus is already out for Magic, grabbing the Mithril Horseshoes. Magic visioned the Mithril Horseshoes, and he let Matreiuss take that. I mean, maybe it's too many resources for Magic to give up by taking his Pharaoh off the food, but man, that's a bonkers strong relic for Matreiuss to have. Now his Hippocon completely destroy the chariot archers with micro, given that they go up to 6 speed, or is it 6.05 speed? Can't remember. But it's going to be a tough time for Magic if he goes for Scorpion and Chariot Archers in the Heroic Age. You might have to actually go more closer to Horus Spearman kind of vibes. In a way, you kind of go for the fast heroic, but you build Spearman instead of a Migdol. You don't build a Migdol is one option here. We do see the barracks going up already for Magic, so no fast heroic. We see the second town center coming down for Matreiuss. Now, no second stable, or first stable, I should say, for Matreiuss. And I wouldn't be surprised to see Matreiuss go for 3 town centers here either, as a strong counter to the Magic set shenanigans here. Poseidon does pretty well in the late game against Egypt in general, but then against Set on top of that, you don't have anything to worry about as Poseidon against Set. There is a timing you have to worry about with a Horus push with Tornado, and then you defend against that with Ceasefire. And at that point, you just play late game Poseidon against the Set, trying to mass out Toxotes, Towers, Heliopoli, Colossus, and there's very little that Set can do against that. So we'll see if that is a thing that happens in this game or not. And Magic is actually struggling a little bit for food. He's still got the deer in his home base, but this town center is going to be an issue. Meanwhile, Matreiuss has got Water Buffalo sitting right on top of his second town center. He's got Hippopotamus right on top of his back town center here as well. Luckily for Magic, he does have this entire section of the map easily walled, but there's no gold over here, so I take it all back. This is not that good for Magic at all, but he does have his gold mine nice and protected here. This watchtower makes life a little bit difficult for Matreiuss to get in and harass, and Magic hasn't actually even built the quote-unquote magic box here in his base, which he normally would do with Set. We do see him moving around with the spears, looking for some aggressive raids. Already a Toxotes out here for Matreiuss. Already some slingers as well for Magic. Preemptive slingers before he even sees the army type of Matreiuss. But he does manage to pick off 1 villager here. I think that was courtesy of the Water Buffalo, so that's got to feel good. Upgrades are not that apparent for Magic. He's only got Husbandry so far. He's got a lot of villagers on the wood, but still no pickaxe. Meanwhile, Matreiuss probably has... he's got pickaxe, which is a surprise. I was going to say, normally we don't see upgrades for Greek players at this stage of the game. But Matreiuss has already got his pickaxe out. I'm a bit surprised he didn't get hand axe as well, given the map and the defensive nature of the set. It makes your economy much stronger. But still sitting 2 town centers, playing it nice and conservatively, not rushing the 3 town centers or going for anything too cheesy. Leaving this blanket of Emperor's Zoe here for the time for Magic. I think at some point he should pick this up. Obviously doesn't need to grab it straight away, but definitely this relic will help him late game against any sort of Heliopoli pushes or anything like that that's coming. We do see that Matreiuss is ready to make a push here. Jump straight onto those slingers. The slingers not microing at all. We see the shifting sands into the base of Magic. Going to be able to pick off a lot of these units, but there is a complete and easy pathway for these villagers, or these units, I should say, to escape this location. He's going to lose possibly 2 Hippocon here and a couple of Toxotes as well. So a nice shifting sands. Not the best there, because Magic does lose this fight in the end and gets pushed off the food there, but does get some value out of that shifting sands. And we'll see how Magic can follow this up here. Now Matreiuss might want to consider moving in here and attacking this wood line. Lots of villagers on this, but he obviously doesn't know about that. And I think Magic's got that many villagers on wood so he can get out Shadoof pickaxe and start farming here because of how poor the food situation is. It's not a bad idea, but this is possibly also the reason why he's going Heroic Age already. So I take it all back. I was going to say this is the reason why you want to go Heroic Ages, because then you can build the market, you can sell the wood for gold to build farms if you need. Nice find here from Matreiuss as well, pushing off the last bit of hunt that Magic's got access to. When you hit the Heroic Age, you do get those free giraffes, so that's an extra little bit of food to run with there. We'll see how that goes, but Magic letting one of his watchtowers go. This one's not the most important. This tower here is, though. I'd love to see Matreiuss actually check that and attempt to push off that watchtower here if he can. And it looks like he's potentially going to move in. No, he's going to retreat out. Doesn't want to lose too much here. The giraffe going to get deleted instantly. The village is going to jump onto them. Those giraffe are 150 food each, so it's basically like having an extra 3 deer right next to your town center, which is huge. And we do see a Migdol stronghold going down, and these 6.05 speed Hippocon just chilling, moving around the map, doing their thing. Siege works coming up now for magic. Do we see anything coming through? Got medium archers and hand axe for Matreiuss here. Checking out the back gold mines, making sure that magic's not sneaking anything he otherwise shouldn't be. But at this point, magic probably needs to be a little bit concerned about a push onto these locations here, because it's just about out of gold here. No market thrown down. We're seeing chariot archers coming up, but Matreiuss has got all the initiative here. If Matreiuss hits Aphrodite, which he's going to be going for, he's going to make some Nemean lions potentially here, which I don't like the best against Set, who's already Nephthys, because if Magic notices it, he just gets a really early funeral rites and builds 2 or 3 priests, plus the Pharaoh is with a siege tower next to them is enough to defend, because you just garrison the priest and the Pharaoh whenever anything gets onto him, and then the Nemean lions take a lot of damage. But Matreiuss might be able to get them out and deal some damage before Magic gets those things up. But you see markets coming up now for Magic. I wouldn't be surprised to see if Magic go for a semi-fast Mythic here off the 2 town centers, but he's still got a lot of ways to go there. These chariots with the Mithril horseshoes, he can't be raiding with chariots. Magic loves raiding with chariot archers against against the Greek gods, but when your opponent's got Hippocon, it's a really bad idea because they get picked off way too easily. But this is a really nice raid over here, and this is more than enough compensation for a couple of lost chariot archers. Matreiuss' reaction time here is otherworldly, keeping 2 villagers alive that otherwise definitely should have died. So meanwhile, while Magic lost a chariot archer or 2, he's lost a couple of villagers over there, plus a lot more. And we might see Matreiuss moving back over onto this gold mine. Very sneaky there. A little bit overzealous if you ask me, but going to get away with it for the time being. And now Matreiuss just about to hit, or already has hit that Mythic age, but we haven't seen him spending that favor just yet. So whether or not Matreiuss is saving up for more Nemean lions, or saving up to go to the Mythic age and start building up an early Forge of Olympus, or even Artemis going for those Chimera, we will see. Matreiuss does love his Chimera, and now the army of Magic hitting back onto this gold mine. We see the 3rd town center now coming up for Magic as well. No 3rd town center for Matreiuss. The villagers are making their retreat here. We see Curse getting thrown down. The Atlanta is here, ready to chase down the Scorpion Man, dealing a lot of damage. These chariot archers cannot pick off the Atlanta. Look at a little bit of chip damage done, but the Atlanta is fast enough to dodge those arrows of the chariot archer. So that Scorpion Man will meet his demise to the speed of the fastest unit or woman in the game. Let's just say she runs special attack, runs very fast. See? The fastest special attack in the game. But moving forward, we do see the Pharaoh in the middle of this army here. No upgrade for the Nemean line, so he does die very, very fast indeed. But the heavy cavalry is out. Matreiuss not quite able to fight this without the full bulk of his army, but retreating back, going to move the rest of his Hippocon in here. Does not have any extra upgrades, but does have Spirited Charge. Now these are 6.6 speed Hippocon here. 6.6 speed, more than enough to really put some pain onto these chariot archers. The chariot archers trading fairly decently for the time being, and now he does have to retreat away from here as Matreiuss is able to take advantage. We do see that the spearmen coming back in, going to be able to tank a lot of these heavy Hippocon hits basically, while the chariot archers can deal some DPS. Essentially, you need to get the Hippocon on top of the chariot archers and deal with the spearmen elsewhere. We see archery ranges coming up for Matreiuss now. Magic still trying to pump out villages, but he's not. Or is he full population villages? He's either full population villages or he's not. And he's forgetting to build villages. One of the two. But only hand axe, only pickaxe. The set player nightmare. This happens quite a lot to set players because it's so easy to spam your villages. You forget about your upgrades. And at this point, Magic, very low on resources. Don't want to get Bowsaw just yet, but you do need to get Plow, Hand, and Irrigation. And at this point, it looks like Magic is either pert. Is Magic buying food right now? I think Magic is buying food at this point. It's not actually as bad as you think here. If we check this out here, we can see that selling, like buying food is only 140. So he's obviously bought a little bit of food so far. It does start getting very inefficient at this point. Now it's at 140, but when it's at 100, gold gathers significantly faster than food. You can see the farms at 0.57 to gold at 0.82. So you get a lot more value out of just chucking a lot of villagers over onto gold first and buying food and then building your farms a little bit later. But Magic does need to build his farms. This will stop working for Magic very, very soon. We're going to see Plow, Shaft Mine, Bowsaw, Shadoof coming through now for Magic. We're finally getting his upgrades. So Bowsaw does indicate that he's going to want to get Carpenters as well, if he is aware of how Bowsaw for Egyptian works, which I'm sure he is. Which means I assume the Quarry is on the cards and Irrigation immediately as well afterwards. But Magic's still taking these fights here. These are not good fights for Magic at all, and as he retreats, these Hippocon chase him down so very, very quickly. You see more Nemean Lions coming in, but no Roar of Orthus just yet for Matreiuss, which is a surprise considering after 2 Nemean Lions... Ooh, he takes the temple down. That's going to slow these Hippocon down. But after 2 Nemean Lions, Roar of Orthus becomes incredibly strong. In fact, probably more strong than building another Nemean Lion, because it effectively doubles the survivability of a Nemean Lion, if I have the math correct. I might not have the math correct. I've been known to get mathematical things incorrect from time to time. But this might be one that I've heard of. Anyways. Hippocon running in here, doing their stuff. Able to start taking down some more Chariot Archers and the like. You do see the relics. Oh, he's picked up Shiggles of Steel, but not Mithril Horseshoes. Now Siege works. Getting taken down by Magic over here, or by Matreiuss here, but he's starting against it. We do see Hephaestus is the god of choice for Matreiuss. Horus is the god of choice for Magic. So both people getting their upgrades in here. But the problem for Magic here, the big problem is that Magic is going to want to go Spearman. Basically pure Spearman, or with pure Spearman, much more Spearman, much more Horus Spearman here. And he doesn't have the food to do so. Does not have the food to do so at all. And here's Horus for Magic. Going to hit this town center, which is going to probably force out a ceasefire here, I guess. If Magic can put the pressure on and keep the town center down for a little bit. We do see the priests are out. They don't have funeral rites. The Nemean Lions, it doesn't matter so much they don't have funeral rites right now because the Nemean Lions don't have that upgrade. But they do survive for so long. Look at the survivability here without funeral rites. Because of the 60% Pierce army here. And the Hippocon are all over this army right now. And obviously Matreiuss casting Plentyvolt immediately. And furthermore, Magic is going to be wanting to spend all of his favor on those Spearman upgrades. But the town center's down and the town center gets immediately rebuilt here. Which is absolutely huge. We're seeing raids coming over here. The Avenger trying to defend against this. Pharaoh coming over here. Could potentially make some of those rhinos of Set if he wants to. They're such strong early Mythic Age units because no one has any armor upgrades just yet. And these rhinos of Set have good damage, good HP, and good base armor. The rhinos stop being useful once you see iron upgrades, but before then they're actually a really decent unit to add to your army in the early Mythic Age, like I said. We see a Colossus is here. Still, there's the funeral rites coming in, but Colossus, if you get out gold Colossus with Poseidon against Set, or with any of the Greek gods against Set, they start becoming so pop efficient against the priest that it doesn't even matter that funeral rites is a thing. The only real counter to Colossus as Egyptian is the mummies. We do see the initial Colossus has been taken down here, though. Now there's a bit of a lull, which is exactly what Magic is going to want here. We check out the upgrades here. Only plow, no carpenters, no quarry, no trade route. We already see walls coming here for Magic, for Matreiuss, who's somehow managed to sneak a villager through here. I don't think he's built a dock, so no transport here. We just walk straight past the watchtower here. Magic doesn't have a bad gold market up on this location here. Obviously not straight to the corner where you want it, but Magic's now come in and snuck the plenty vault here for a little bit. That's a very, very brave maneuver here as Matreiuss does not look ready to fight back just yet. He's got full bronze compared to Magic, who's only got full copper. We're very far behind on the armor upgrades here, and obviously iron's coming through. Magic's getting bronze shields as well. These spearmen are champion spearmen, but without those, without Greatest of the 50 and Spirit of the Horizon, these are basically useless units against the Spirited Charge, almost fully upgraded Matreiuss Hippocon here, and Matreiuss is slowly but surely pushing ahead his advantage here. Playing it slow and methodically, not overcommitting to any sort of push. I'd love to see a fortress coming down, which is exactly what Matreiuss is doing right now. Going to be able to claim these two middle gold mines here, and then be able to start making Heliopoli, which is very, very important. Obviously against the Spearmen. The Spearmen do very nicely against the Heliopoli. Without those upgrades, they're not going to do much at all. We do see Hand of Talos coming through for Matreiuss, which is the Colossus upgrade. So obviously Matreiuss is seeing the advantage he has in this matchup. I'm going to be going for those gold Colossus first before going for more Colossus. It's important. We do see Magic spots this going up, and Ancestor's getting thrown down here. Obviously Magic does not want this fortress up in this location, but with the heroes out plus the armor upgrades, these minions at the 22nd minute mark of this game look very, very not scary at all. They're like, yeah, that's funny, I can deal with that easily. And now we are seeing Matreiuss engaging this army over here. Still, Magic needs to get those armor upgrades. He's got 2,000 wood in the bank, and because he traded so much early, this wood is worth 18 gold right now, which is really nothing. And in actuality, you should probably be just taking all the villagers off of wood and throwing them over onto gold and onto farms right now. See a second fortress coming up for Matreiuss, as Matreiuss is just securing this location here. Hippocon moving forward, ready to fight this. He's got Burning Pitch, but Burning Pitch doesn't do a lot to those siege towers at all, but he is finally microing them onto those priests here. Sniping the priests isn't a bad idea, because that means the Colossus is going to get a lot of value here. Now I even see some medium or some heavy hoplites coming in for Matreiuss. Really smart play here, throwing in the hoplites, but I don't... Well, maybe it's not even smart. I think it's probably better to be just going for the towers, stay with Hippocon, go with the towers, and then just transition into Petropoli Tox Odys here, with a couple of Hippocon to come in and snipe the catapults, I guess. Or Heliopolis to snipe them, or Colossus to snipe them, whatever you feel like, I guess. Now we do see some of those classic mercenary coming out, just a couple of them. No technologies being researched. Magic just hanging on for dear life in this game. He needs to stop fighting. When you're behind in the late game, when your opponent hits the late game first, the best thing you can possibly do is concede a little bit of ground and get as many upgrades as you can out. Because your opponent having like an extra 4,000 resources or 5,000 resources on you doesn't matter that much if you're fully upgraded. So right now, Matreiuss is fully upgraded with resource advantage, and Magic is fighting inefficiently against it. Obviously, he doesn't have that much of a choice right now, but if Magic could get fully upgraded here, he could then do some late game Magic wizardry and come back. He may still be able to do that at this point even. He does have the power of Mercenary here, but We've got the Heliopolis coming into the main base of Magic here. Some villagers helping out. Magic needs to send those spearmen over here to pick off these Heliopolis. Even with an Oxy Juggernaut, luckily for Magic, none of his town centers in range of this, but House is getting torn down. Magic now at 140 of 140 population. So we're 146 of 140 population. But meanwhile, Magic is making some value out of this. He's able to hit some of these villagers, snipe those. Probably not the best idea at this point going for raids because Matreiuss' economy is huge. And if you check that out, he's got, well, he's not a lot of resources in the bank, but Matreiuss is going to be quite happily trading villages for pop space in the near future, or even trading gold villages for caravans as we see the classic Matreiuss market in full effect. Let's see, this villager here wants to build a market. Will he go to the corner, or will he just like continue the meme? Absolute hilarity. Porphymus does get taken down. The Gold Colossus in here. Heliopolis trying to do their thing. This village is still idle for Matreiuss. And more militia coming out. And these are only heavy militia. They're not quite the champion militia. But these are really, really strong counters to mercenary for sure. Meanwhile, the Heliopolis still... Wait. Oh, I thought this was in range. Maybe he can take down the farm or something. And now the Heliopolis is onto Magic's town center. Magic's still trying to push through in the middle. Has got greatest to the 50, so the Hippocon stopped being very useful now. Well, this upgrade's out. Villagers come off the town center, going to be hitting this Heliopolis. May have to repair this. As Matreiuss got his houses back up. He does have his houses back up, but another Gold Colossus coming in to just smack down more of these houses. A really smart play by Matreiuss to be going for these main base raids and moving further in with more fortresses here. Matreiuss has got Divine Blood and everything here, and Magic in the end here taps out. Well played by Matreiuss. Though I feel like this game could have been a little bit easier for Magic had he grabbed this relic over here. I think this relic was so important to the mid game of Matreiuss that it gave him such a big edge here. Now, I think that without the relic, Matreiuss still would have had an edge, but I don't think it would have been as big, and Magic may have been able to show off those late game skills that he does have. But unfortunately, in this game, he was just too far behind and couldn't catch up on the tech advantage that Hephaestus gives, plus the economic advantage that Hephaestus gives. And then in the end, that was the game. So GG, well played. Matreiuss takes the first game. We'll move on to game number 2 very shortly. If you're enjoying these games, please consider hitting the follow button on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button. And I will see you guys in the next game.